Here's what happened. Major art project. Pulled out my project, put it on the easel, 18 by 24, fucking ripped the entire thing in half, and it happened to be one of the best mistakes I've made. Right, so picture this 5-hour course on every Friday. Every Friday, this 5-hour course. We've been working on this project. Honestly, I don't remember. I think it might have been like 2 weeks at that point. I'm not sure. But we'd been working on this still life project. They have all those props and objects in the middle of the class, and we had to draw it. We had to express movement. I get my easel out, and I'm ready to put this shit on, and I pick up this giant fucking 18 by 24 inch sketchbook, and I put it on the easel, and I thought I secured it, and I'm over here like, yeah, I spent X amount of hours working on this past weekend, and it was true. I had spent a long time working on it, and then suddenly it fucking ripping paper. It rips. And everyone turns and they look at me, and they're all gagged. I'm stunned into silence. So I stare for about 10 fucking seconds, just processing. You know what I do? Take that, I flip the page, and I said, I didn't really like that anyway. And it was true. I mean, I wasn't just saying that to make myself feel better. I really wasn't liking my idea that much. I didn't think it expressed movement as well as it should have. I had no choice but to restart. Also, I kind of had to lock in front of everyone, you know? I couldn't just be like, no! I had to restart, and I didn't have a choice, and I couldn't tape it, and the class had just started. I had 5 hours left. I had to do something, so I really genuinely had no choice. I couldn't just, well, I guess I'll do it another day, you know? Because if I were alone, maybe I would have done that. I would have crashed out a little bit. But no, I had no choice. So I restarted it. Now I fell behind the class because I had just lost all that time. I still ended up turning it in on time and getting an excellent grade, actually. The professor liked that version more, and so did I. Though if I were to draw it now, I think I could do something so much better. I'm very, very glad that happened because it taught me a lot. First off, I ended up with a project that was better, and I was more proud to turn in than the other one. The other one would have looked nice, but it wouldn't have sat right. It would have been that, you know, that little feeling you have in your gut, like, well, I could have done better, but it's kind of what I had, so Second off, it taught me a valuable lesson. It's something that I think back on to this day. This happened, 2 years ago? I still think back on it today. It taught me that sometimes it's just better to start over than to work through something that you're unsure if you'll like the end product. Don't force yourself to work with something you're unhappy with. Just start over. You'll save yourself so much more time, so much more pain. Even if you're almost done with a piece, just start over. If you drew the same thing 100 times, each time you would draw it, you would get better than the last time because you'll learn from it. For example, let's say you're drawing a portrait of somebody, right? You draw it the first time, oof. It's always like that. It's always like, oof. Then you draw it the second time, you're like, well, the first time I drew the nose a little too small, so you tweak that. And then you look at the second time, and you're like, wow, that actually looks like that person, you know? And then you draw it a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, and then you have this consistency, and you're finding small things to fix. That's always happened to me with fan art. The very first time I've ever drawn a character, it hardly looks like them. And the more I draw it, the more comfortable I am, the more I can express who they are, rather than what I'm seeing. So it really is just easier to draw something over and over and over. And the fact that we are artists, it's different if you're taking someone else's art and you ruin it. Obviously, if you rip the page, you're like, oh fuck, you didn't draw that. You don't know how to replicate that. But I have no issue in destroying my own art because I can just draw it over again. I tend to give my projects away to other people. If I really want it back or whatever, I could just redraw it and it'll look better the second time anyway. So there is no use on dwelling. Can you imagine if I would have torn that project up and then sat there and been like, I can't believe I just ruined that. Oh, this. There's no use in complaining. Complaining change is nothing. Complaining does not change what has happened. and it will do nothing but slow you down. You know, you're just dragging your feet through mud. But if you just take a little breath and move on, there's no mud. You're clear-headed. Like I said, you can't change the past. What's done is done. Just take it, learn from it, fix it. And that's what that taught me. And that's how I approach art. If you want to share that same view, if you want to learn to forgive and forget as an artist and just grow and create, I am on a journey right now to bettering my relationship with art and sharing that with the world. So join me on my journey if you're interested in improving yourself as a person, as an artist. I am very focused right here on YouTube, on long-form content, on building a community of people who feel the same way. But I'm also on Instagram, and I just tend to post my art finished products over there, so be sure to check that out as well. I do have commissions open, and I have a shop. I only have 2 things on there right now, but I am looking to add some more. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you have your own art growth journey, like experience, kind of like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.